This is Dave Reed, editor of Sailing World magazine and sailingworld.com. Back at our editorial offices in Rhode Island after a week of sailing all the new performance race boats. As the Boat of the Year director, it's my job to lead our team of independent judges as they sail each boat. Sometimes, when they need some rail meat or spare trimmer, I get called to duty, as I did here on the ultra-cool MC38, our best Grand Prix 1 design. Tough job, I know, but selecting winners is more difficult than you can imagine. Let's take a look at 2013's top 6 race boats and our other nominees.
Here's the need to have something smaller than the J80 that was a little bit more portable, and we've wanted to do a ramp launch boat for a long time because there's so much sailing in this country around the world that is done without a marina and without a single point hoist, and so we really wanted to have something to be free of the marinas.
You know, in comparison to other more cruising yachts, is on sailing performance. And within that edict, we split the product line into 2 ranges. We have a Grand Large series, which is a good performing cruising boat with all the amenities and comforts and things like that. And then we have the Performance series, which is for the guy that wants to cruise a little bit with friends and family, but also wants to do a little bit of club racing around the buoys, occasional distance race, and things like that. So I'm not going to call it a Grand Prix race boat, but certainly the guy wants to be competitive, and if he's out sailing with his friends, he appreciates better sailing performance. So that's kind of the umbrella statement, and then within that, to start out down below, since we're here, you got a double berth up forward here, which you can split in half with a board. There's an option for a board that goes in here, so if you've got a crew offshore, you can separate them a little bit.
The boat is an IRC 40-footer that is more than capable of going and doing offshore sailing. The owner of this boat decided on going in this direction after having owned J122 for a number of years, and basically got sick of watching 50-footers go ripping past him, laughing their heads off with a lot of spray, and thought he wanted to try something like that. And until McConaughey built and Jason Kerr designed this, that really wasn't an option in IRC.
142.
Yeah.
Just give it a little angle gill. When it gets sucked down, then for a moment.
Tried to get a boat. There were certain things we were looking at, not carrying around a lot of interior components and things that you're actually not using while racing. I'm sure most of you guys have sailed 440s and nobody ever used it.
Yeah. Got too fat. Heads up.
Modern, exciting, or the most modern, exciting interpretation of anything that was on the market, that really harked back to the RS ethos, which is fun, exciting, and the fact that you don't need to have a mundane or boring or uninspiring sailboat just because you're in this segment of the market.
Sparkman and Stevens 30 from Blue Nose Yacht Sales is a modern remake of an Olin Stevens classic. Its design purpose is for weekend cruising, day sails, and comfortable racing. The cockpit is long and narrow, and every control line is within reach. Interior backrests convert the long settees into sea berths, and the clever smoked Lexan door lets in light and gives privacy in the head and V berth.
The idea is simple, fast, fun, and very basic.
Went to the marketplace and asked them what they wanted to see in the next CNC. They came back with 3 big items. First one was weight. The last couple rounds of CNCs have been a little bit more cruise oriented than performance. So we worked hard to pulling a lot of weight out of this boat. We ditched most of the liners, the overhead liner and the interior liner. There's a small interior liner in this boat that basically makes up the main cabin bunks, the galley and the little head unit. And we got rid of the overhead liner, the fiberglass overhead liner, and then we just have a little vinyl cover here with the cherry bottoms. So we pulled the weight out big time. We're down to about 8,300 pounds on this boat.
The Harbor 30 was developed with the same concept of one person can take it out, single-handed day sailing, really easy to sail by yourself, yet you can still do a week or a weekend overnight comfortably in the boat to sleep anywhere from 4 to 6 people in the boat. Same concept, a Hoyt self-tacking jib boom. Everything's led back aft to the cabin and back to the cockpit, so the driver can literally trim the jib and the main all from the helm on this boat.
The Searail 19 is a trailable trimaran imported from Vietnam. The boat is all about giving a big trimaran experience and a small beach cat type of boat. It weighs 650 pounds and uses a stock Formula 18 catamaran mast with rotator. With a boom tent, it can be converted from a race boat to camper sailor.
An advanced intermediate sailor could quickly learn this boat, get the hang of it. So in that vein of thinking, the design brief was we call easy performance. We've got 250% buoyancy in the outer hulls. And right now in the easy performance package, the boat is designed to fly the center hull in the mid to high teens. So you're talking 16, 17 winds.
For basically 2 summers now, we've sold about 100 boats, and I would say the majority of owners are guys in their kind of late 40s and upwards, want to just go sailing, have some fun, race against each other, don't want to get thrown in the drink every time they get it wrong. The other market that seems to really enjoy the boat is women.
The XP38 is part of a revised range of crossovers from the Danish builder. They've lightened their boats by using carbon keel grids instead of metal, and the change has been well received in Europe, where X yachts are most popular. The boat is racy looking, with a low profile cabin top, angular hull features, and flared topsides. Its design purpose is to be the ultimate dual purpose performance boat, stiff, fast, and very easy to manage.
Talking to a lot of the existing tartan owners that have the bigger tartans, they've expressed an interest for something smaller like this, that rather than firing up the 40-plus footer, they can go down, hop out on this, keep it behind the house, and go sailing on a weeknight for an hour or two pretty easily.